Hi, and welcome into another video on this channel. Today, we will talk briefly about AWS regions and availability zones, but in a special way, because after a short break, as usual, the video will come out of my very first Udemy course called Hands-on Introduction to Cloud Computing with AWS, where you will find 9 hours of hands-on video where I guide you right from the start through AWS. So if you would like to know more, you will find a link down in the description. Alright, so let's begin our journey through AWS, but before we will create our first account, let's explore a little bit a concept of regions and availability zones, which is AZ for short, regarding AWS global infrastructure. So right now we are on the main AWS page and we can see the AWS global infrastructure here. So by the time we record that, there are 34 launched regions, each with multiple availability zones. There are 108 availability zones and 600 plus CloudFront points of presence. Don't worry if those terms don't mean much to you right now, because this will be something that will be unraveling while we are going through the course, but this is quite important topic, and regions and AZs will be coming a lot when we will be going through the AWS Management Console, so I wanted to start from that. So each regions are separate geographical locations around the world where AWS has data centers. So we can see here that, let's say, it can be Virginia, which is US East. It can be Frankfurt here, or let's say Tokyo, which is here. So each region is independent and isolated from other regions to meet the data residency and compliance requirements. So what we are taking into account while choosing a region? So for sure, latency. You should probably choose a region closest to your primary users for faster response times. Another thing is compliance. Some organizations have legal requirements to store data in specific locations, and the next thing would be service availability. So certain services of AWS might be limited or available only in specific regions. So it's essential to you for check if the services you need are available in your chosen region. And what will be about those AZs? So AZs are data centers within our regions that are physically separated and isolated from each other. And each of those regions contains at least 2 of them. So what is it and how we are benefiting from that? So high availability for sure, because by distributing resources across multiple AZs, we can design applications that remain operational even if one of them fails. For fault tolerance, that's another thing for sure. So those AZs provide separate power, networking, cooling, and those things are reducing the chance of failure affecting multiple AZs simultaneously. And another thing which we'll be talking across the course will be data replication. So S3, RDS, and other services, which we'll talk about later, can replicate data across AZs automatically to ensure those data durability. So that will be all for the regions and AZs. Let's hop into another topic.